Hey, what's up everybody, it's Marcus. In today's video we're gonna look at this big hunk of sexy glass right here. This is the 110 f2 from Fuji, one of my favorite pieces of glass that I've ever owned. I want to run through a bunch of images I've taken with this, and you can kind of make a decision on whether this is for you or not. This is a long-term review. It's been like 2 years since I've had this. I've taken a ton of shots with it. I'm gonna show you some of my best, what I think it excels at, and make the decision for yourself. Is it worth it or not? And as always everybody, please go to ProPhotoEdits.com where you can download my Lightroom presets and Photoshop actions. Every single image that you're going to see today, besides the things that we hop into Lightroom and take a peek at, are going to be edited with these presets in Lightroom. And I'll run through some of the presets on some of these photos when we hop into Lightroom later on in this video. And I also want to let you guys know about my brand new course that's up. This is my complete lighting and editing course. I take you from A to Z, how I get all my in-camera effects that you see on all my photos on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, go ahead, the link will be in the description. Go ahead and check me out over there. All the behind the scenes stuff that's going to teach you how to get dynamic images with unique lighting, all the different tricks that I use. And then we're going to take those raw files and we're going to go into Photoshop and we're going to edit from A to Z there. I have complete screen recorded edits, and you get the raw files as well, so you can edit right alongside with me. I truly think this will help push you over the top if you're struggling. Everything's very well explained, and the course is going to keep on growing. Next week I have a new edit that's going in there too. So it's 50% off right now, and everyone that's overseas, I want to let you know, just contact me directly through my site, Pro Photo Edits, at the contact link, and I'll send you a special link to go ahead and check out, because I know Gumroad doesn't let people from overseas, outside of the USA, check out right now. So just message me through ProPhotoEdits.com and I'll send you a unique link and get that for you. So thank you. Let's go into the video. Okay, so the way I think we'll do this video today is I'll show you some BTS clips that I always record as I'm doing these shoots. I shot this with my friend Annabelle, my buddy Charles Long. I was doing the BTS just handheld with the R5, grading it with my LUTs. Or on my website if you need any video help. My transitions are up there, all that stuff for Premiere Pro. But anyway, so I'm gonna show you some BTS here. We had a designer and a makeup artist and a hairstylist all together for this day, and I was just there kind of accompanying and helping, and I wanted to test out the 110 with some close-ups with Annabelle. So here what we found with the close-ups, and then we'll hop into Lightroom towards the end of this and check out all these files and kind of zoom in on them. So I shot these natural light, no reflector, no nothing like that. It was 110 wide open at f2, and this is with the 50R. This is before I had my S2, and these files, you can just tell I edited them with my presets, but there's so much color in there, and the dynamic range is just outstanding. And like I said, stick around. We're gonna hop into Lightroom and check these out. So this shoot was from my studio. It was one of the first shoots that I did in my new room, and I had my friend Taylor come over, and Mahogany, and a makeup artist, and we had them you know, just kind of stacked together, and you can see them trying to get my between my modifier and the angle that I wanted to shoot this kind of awkward pose. And I actually stopped this down, way down. We'll look at it in Lightroom and see how far I stopped it down in a second, but I really did like this shot. It was very challenging, you know, getting two models in an awkward position like this. I just wanted to kind of test out the lens, stop down, and get a shot with a bunch of different you know, skin tones in there. And so this edit is actually going to be in the course here in about 2 weeks. So if you're interested in that, it was a pretty in-depth edit. Go ahead and sign up for that. But let's check out this shot, and like I said, at the end we'll hop into Lightroom and look at all these files. Now this shot is so incredibly sharp, probably because I was stopped down so far, and I had to get Mahogany's face in focus since she was back a little bit further. I could have stopped down even further. I think I was around 5.6. I should have probably been at like f8 or 10. I don't know. I don't do that much, but I got the shot that I wanted. It's a pretty awesome shot in my opinion. So on this day I was actually shooting in my house, and I was just trying out all types of wild stuff, shooting the continuous light through like a sun catcher and all types of crazy stuff. But I had my friends Kat and Sunny over, and we were just doing like a multi-model shoot, you know, implied. And I shot this in black and white. Well, I edited it in black and white with the 110, and that's a wider shot, but turned out pretty great. I like the black and white because I don't get to do it much. So this was my very first shoot with my GFX. This is the 50R and the 110. I used all my lenses on this. Well, I only had the 45 and the 110 when I had this initially, but Now I have the 80 as well. So this was like a trial and error, but I had so many like really great shots. Lola's just an outstanding model, and you can see that it was all natural light, and we were just having, you know, the sun coming through the window there, as you saw right there, and kind of blocking it. It was like sunset, nice warm glow. So there's a window behind me and the sun's coming through, and I was kind of just giving her like an outline. I love to play with the shadows. I do it in the studio all the time, but when I'm out on location, I try to find any type of harsh light and shadows that I can find. But here go a couple 110 shots from that. So I use the 110 outdoors a lot, and the GFX system is just really great for natural light, in my opinion. Better than studio, in my opinion. But this is my very first shoot with the 110. I fell in love with it. The colors I was able to pull off with this lens, and I know the sensor is great too, but this lens has very vibrant colors, handles flare very well, and like there's always a nice contrast there, even in kind of harsh light. It's just beautiful. Alright, so I want to show you this for one reason only. I did this shoot with my friend at a junkyard. I want to do like a sexy junkyard shoot, and it was midday because they close at like 4. It was 103 degrees and midday harsh sun. I almost died. I drank like a gallon of water. We were hiding behind cars trying to get shade. It was just incredibly stupid to do. I'm always doing stupid stuff like that. But anyway, we found this old rim that was there, and we had to douse it with the little water we had left because steam was coming off of it. It was crazy. So I just want to show you like midday harshest sun you can have, the colors you can retain here. This is wide open at 110 f2. Background is still diffused, the colors are still there. Just an incredible lens. I only got a couple shots because I had to get the hell out of there. So before we hop in the Lightroom, I'll give you a look at one more like behind the scenes on these files. And this is the first shoot I did with the 50s2, and I used all my lenses on this. But I'm going to show you my favorite shot that I took from outside, not from the studio. And this is with the 110 f2, and you can just see that the colors are like really good. It has that nice separation. It really has great separation, you know, like it's a longer lens. And I'm gonna show you in Lightroom where I think it excels on a bunch of these other shots at the like close-up portrait range. So let's hop into there and check those out. All right guys, so let's hop into this, and I'm going to give you like the nuts and bolts because I know a lot of people have asked about this. This is just a shot of my son. I'm going to give you some model shots here too, and we're going to look at a bunch of files that are processed, unprocessed, and stuff like that, and I'll give you the run through. It'll make it kind of brief. I'll give you some raw files. I'll give you this raw file too, and you can play around with it. But nuts and bolts, like, it's incredibly fast focusing for the medium format. It's the fastest lens I have. I have the 45-2.8, the 81.7, which is relatively slow, and the 110, super fast for, you know, what it is. And it's even faster now on my S2, just a little bit. I'm sure it's way faster on the 100 and the 100S, but there's a rapid AF option, and it even brings it way faster. So I don't really miss shots because of that at all with the 110, and it's not frustrating. It doesn't really hunt at all. It just kind of snaps to your focus. So build quality, focus speed, it's just the top of the top. All right, so I want to show you like this is just a natural light, midday, sun was behind his back, and that's how it looked out of the camera. We're at ISO 100, 1/400th of a second. This is the 50R file, wide open, and you can see like the fall off here, really nice. This lens has really nice fall off. I've had issues with other lenses, not my Canon lenses. They're pretty magical as far as like, you know, natural fall off, and some art lenses, Sigma art lenses, have this kind of weird transition area that I'm not really fond of. Not all of them, but some of them. And you can see how incredibly sharp his eye is, and look at how F2 you get incredibly shallow depth of field. Like if I zoomed in here even farther, I mean, I can see it. I don't know if you can, but I can see the entire entryway to my house right there, the carpet, the wood. I can see me, I can see the whole deal behind him. So, and that's at F2, and it's not harsh. It doesn't look digital. It has this nice roundness, like he's kind of coming out of the picture, and it looks very contrasty. The colors are really natural, you know, and I just enjoy it for that reason. It's just like, it's like a round file. I don't know how to describe it any other way, because I've shot a lot of files on other camera systems, and Sony in particular. Sometimes on my Sony files, I have plenty of video of those coming up too, kind of have like a digital feel, and it's sometimes it'd be certain lenses I'm just like, it's kind of flat. This is not that lens. So check this file out, and let's go through and I'll show you some close-ups and some other shots, and where I think it shines the best. So this is the other shot that I was telling you guys about, and you just saw earlier with Mahogany and Taylor. And so look at this. This is a complete edit, by the way. This is going to be in there, and this is a big edit. It'll teach you a lot if you're struggling with like skin editing and stuff like that, because I wanted to make this look not, you know, over the top Instagram like I get asked to do a lot, just more like a natural style beauty edit. And I'll show you the before and after here in a second. But my mistake here was shooting at 3.6. you know, I should have been at like f8, but yeah, I don't shoot stop down too much. And I was thinking, hey, that should be enough. I shoot at 1.2 all the time. It wasn't, because you can go in here and look at Mahogany's eyes and see that they're kind of out of focus. But it works for the dreamy effect, in my opinion, because the fall off on this lens kind of saved me there. But the colors are nice and round. There's no like overarching digital artifacts at all. And I'll show you the straight out of camera shot, and kind of show you what it really was looking like, and how much I had to fix, you know. So very, very boring, and I knew it would be like that. I knew I'd have to do a lot of the heavy lifting there, but you can see, you know, it's not sterile. It just is like the essence of a really good lens stopped down. When you stop a lot of lenses down, you get a lot of a sterile look, in my humble opinion. And I'm not really for that. I only stop down just, you know, if the photo needs it. And then we went all the way to here with my editing. So if you're into that, go ahead and sign up for the course. And I'm gonna have a bunch of different things coming up soon. There's already like 7 edits in there already, covering a bunch of different genres and lighting styles and stuff like that. So let's get to some more unprocessed files here, and I'm gonna show you real quick here. Now, this is basically minimum focusing distance, right? You can get so close, and I think this is where this lens shines. If you're one of those people who want to get up close on somebody, do a beauty shot, but not have their nose like sticking out of the camera like you can get on the 80 1.7 real close, or not have them be so flat like and obnoxious like a 135 where they're like, man, I look wide, or it's definitely not like a 200 or something like that where you don't get the super flat effect. I think this is like the perfect mix. Really nice fall off. And by the way, this is just one of my presets for I made a whole new pack. The PPE GFX 1 is in the folder now on my site if you're interested, and it's in with all the others. So just reset straight out of the camera here. That's the way it came out, and I just added a little bit of the color that I like in there. No skin work at all, and you can see this is like some of the problem with why shooting at 1.2 on other lenses is more beneficial to me sometimes, because even with full makeup you have a lot of work to do here, you know, not because of anything other than people are human, you know, and they have skin, you know, so you have to like straddle the line of that. But that's at f2. This is what you can expect, and I'm probably seeing twice as much, maybe 4 times as much detail since you're on YouTube looking at this file. And yeah, but the lens itself, just a beautiful lens. You can get so close with it and not have any distortion, like noticeable distortion. And then I took a couple wide shots here, and I'll just show you. These aren't processed other than just a preset, and see that, you know, nice fall off at f2. You know, down here in the hair you can see it's just slowly fading away, but in a pretty way. The bottom of the mouth here and the chin is going away in a pretty way. The neckline there. So, and I'm up at ISO 800 by the way on that shot. So I want to take you into a couple more close-ups here, and then you can download the raw files, play with them, and in a couple weeks I'm going to have the 80 1.7 full review, like all the files I've taken with it that I really loved, and then I'll do a complete comparison, because I know a lot of people have the question of which one should I buy, and I bought the 80 thinking that I'm going to keep one and sell the other, and I just kept them both because I think they're different. They're just different, you know, they're different. That's all I can say, but maybe it'll help somebody out make a decision which one's right for you. So I'll let you look at these Annabelle files, and I'll actually give you this file too to play with and download. And this is natural light. You can see this is with one of my presets from, I think there's like 12 in the GFX bundle. You reset it, just see it was kind of boring midday. Nothing crazy going on, and I just give it a little bit more of a my style of edit right there. You know, I pull the blacks up a little bit more there, maybe highlights down a little bit, but I don't know, it's kind of where I wanted it. And I'll show you some of the other ones. Really nice natural rendering, you know what I mean? There's nothing crazy going on here. I didn't even edit this in Photoshop at all. The blues are blue, the makeup colors are there, the lips are red. Look at that fall off and the bokeh back there. Really nice. It's bordering on like it's bordering on, what should I say, like telephoto, but not, you know. It's kind of a it's its own thing. That's why I like shooting with it. And I like shooting with it at this distance or closer. Like you can see over here, another shot from there, and I did some skin retouching on that, but the same exact preset. And just this bokeh back here is not like 200 f2, like just a sea of colors, but it sort of is a sea of colors. You can make out a little bit of the shapes, and I seem to find that I like that a lot because it's not so distracting. You still have nice fall off, like down here in the hair. What's in focus needs to be in focus. It is in focus. Look how sharp that is, and that's ISO 250, and of course wide open. Just like a beautiful rendering that's not flat, not distorted at all. And I mean, that was with the crappiest light just of that day, you know. And really incredible lens. So one of the things that kind of bothers me sometimes about some of these lenses is and I stuck a little bit of a I think I had like a prism in my pocket or something, a white card or something like that, that I stuck against the lens to give it this like hazy look, because sometimes it's just like a little bit boring, you know, certain when you don't have backlight. If it's just natural daytime, no backlight, the sun went behind a cloud or something, it was kind of just boring. So you can do that sometimes. You just take the lens hood off and put something in the corner of the frame, as long as you're wide open, and it'll give you a little bit of a hazy look. You might have to experiment with it, but still, even with that, still has very nice rendering, very nice fall off. And let's move on to some other files. So here's a shot that I really did like from my shoot with Taylor, and it was just improv. Like, this is the thing I want to talk about with the 110. It's long enough to give you that portrait, you know, just standard portrait look. The fence is going out of focus, kind of backlit. The colors are just incredible. Of course, I edited this with my presets and everything, and then did a little bit of skin work. But the thing I want to talk about real quick, I know I'm talking a lot, but this is a big investment for a lot of people. I'm big on angles. That's the reason why I sold my 200 f2. It was just because it was so huge, and I had to take it just in a bag everywhere I went that I never was using, and in case I had the perfect shot for it, and it looked like every other shot that I've taken with it, a person in the middle of a sea of color. Cool look, right? But every time it's just like, man, I'm not growing as I'm not doing any type of angle work. You know what I mean? You can't get down and shoot up with it, or up and shoot down, because you're too far away. This, you can still get some angles with this, you know, not as much as like a 45, but with the 45 you have a lot of the background in there, and it's just not as much of a portrait lens. And with the 80 you can get even more angle work, but I don't know, sometimes the makeup of this lens, the color, the fall off, the way it falls off, the roundness of it, and you can still get, you know, angle where you can shoot up. I like to shoot up sometimes. That sounded really bad. I don't use drugs, y'all, but I like to shoot up with my angles sometimes. Another shot from that day, and then I want to show you just silly stuff like this. Like, she's looking down, and it's fast enough to grab these moments where she's just looking down. This kind of looks like an ad to me. She's looking down, you know, whatever this shirt would be, you know, on the wall of a store. I mean, probably wouldn't be framed like this because you can't read what it says, but you know, just things that are just like beautiful. Eyes perfectly in focus even though it's closed. The fall off just kind of fades into a buttery look, and it's just something that's magical about the lens. You know, we were shooting in front of a bunch of junk behind a fence right there. I could probably find it in another picture here, but just a very boring, mundane shot, and you can just get some of those moments, and it's very colorful, very easy to edit. Let me see. Yeah, this is where we were at right there, the background here. Look at that bunch of junk behind her. Just get in closer, and you know, you just play around. It's fast enough where you can take enough shots where you can just play around, and accurate enough. And then finally, just a shot with a little bit more of the environment there. Edited skin, preset, everything is done on this file, and this is with Kiara, and you can see that, still see there's a fence behind her, everything. She's not like so much flattened out against the background, but she's pretty close to it. You know, nice separation, beautiful colors in my opinion. You can just tell it has that look. Some of it's the medium format color depth, and this is not the 100S, by the way. This is 50S, so you're not getting 16, you're getting 14 and bit colors, I should say. And I still just love the output, but more importantly, this lens. So until next time, you guys, please like and subscribe. I appreciate you stopping by. Download those raw files, play with them. Considering signing up for my course. It's going to keep growing throughout the year. I believe you'll learn a ton with it. If you need some presets, they're on my site as well. And look out for my 81.7 full review coming up very shortly, and just a ton of more goodies. Every camera that I've touched, I have videos coming up on. You know, all the Canons, the Sonys, the Nikons, all that stuff, all the high-end glass, and a couple pieces that you probably thinking that I don't have or use. I have them and I've used them, so it's gonna be fun. So I love you guys. Until next time, it's Marcus. Thank you for your time. See you later.